Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Melissa Oti is the name, and if you're new on this channel, please kindly subscribe, click the bell so you get notified whenever I post new content on this channel. You get me? Anyway, you guys, so today I'll be talking about maternity leave, maternity pay, and all that stuff. I've got my maternity payslip here, so I'm going to be showing you guys the details. But first, I just want to quickly give you guys an overview of what it's like when you're pregnant and you're working, right? So when you're pregnant and you're working, what you need to do is contact your line manager and let your line manager know that you are pregnant. I mean, this is not the African mentality of hiding your pregnancy. There's actually nothing to hide. Just be plain. Tell your manager that you are pregnant. Now, it's now the duty of your manager to do a risk assessment. Risk assessment is just basically a meeting of you and your manager where you get to tell your manager what you think you're capable of doing and what you're not capable of doing. All these things are just put in place to ensure the safety of you and your baby. From time to time, your line manager or whoever that is assigned to do the risk assessment, we keep calling you in for meetings to keep updating your risk assessment, just to be ensured that you're fine and your baby is fine as well. Now, there's something called statutory maternity pay and maternity allowance. I'm going to talk about this maternity pay thing and maternity allowance in another video in depth, because I don't want this video to be too long. I just want this video to be about money. So we're going to be talking about money, finance, and all that stuff in this video. Now, when you are a permanent worker, right, you get a lot of benefits when you're pregnant. Number one is you can go for your appointment from work and you're still going to get paid. And also, when you are sick and it's pregnancy related, you can go off sick and then you still get paid. Like when you're working with an agency, I mean, if you're in, you get paid. If you're not in, you don't get paid. So let's say you're pregnant and you're going through the first trimester problem and all that, you're not going to get paid. You just be at home, and because you can't work and you will not get paid. Only when you grab yourself and go to work, you will get paid. So when you're pregnant and you're a permanent staff, you get to enjoy like some yummy benefits. And even as a permanent worker, let's say you're always calling in sick, and then up until your 26 weeks, you will then be advised to just start on maternity leave, because I mean, at that point, you're not like so useful to them and they're still paying you. So maternity leave officially starts at week 26 before baby is born, if that makes sense. Now, if you're not entitled to statutory maternity pay, statutory maternity pay is the amount that your employer pays you when you're away to have your baby, basically when you are on maternity leave, right? So a maternity leave lasts for 52 weeks, but you only get paid for 39 weeks. Now, you can choose to take the remaining weeks, but you will not get paid, if that makes sense. Now, for the first 6 weeks, you get 90% of your average weekly earning, and then for the remaining 33 weeks, it reduces, and just like that. And this money will be paid the same way they normally pay you your salary, either weekly or monthly, just depends. Now, maternity allowance is the amount you earn if you're not qualified to earn statutory maternity pay, because a lot of people keep mixing these two things. But don't worry, I'm going to make like a detailed video of this. For instance, let's say you work with an agency, definitely you're going to be qualified for maternity allowance and not statutory maternity pay. Or let's say you're self-employed. So you guys, I have to quickly get my little boy. So if you're seeing us for the first time, he's the twin. He's the older twin. He's got a twin sister. See, these days I just freestyle my videos by filming with them because they keep disturbing. Like, they keep crying, and there's absolutely nothing I can do about it. So you guys, we have a guest today. Now, you get maternity allowance if you're employed but cannot get statutory maternity pay. For instance, if you work with agency, or you're self-employed, or you have recently stopped working, or you take part in an unpaid work for the business of your spouse, then you get maternity allowance. And maternity allowance is usually based on your national insurance, but on the average, it's usually about £596. For myself, I'm currently on maternity leave and I'm being paid statutory maternity pay because obviously I work for a company as a support worker. Now, I've got my pay slip here, which I'm just going to be showing you guys. Now, for the first 6 weeks, I got 90% of my earning. Then for the remaining 33 weeks, it has been fluctuating. Now, this is like an average of what I earn. Now, this particular pay slip has all of my details, which of course I'm going to be covering like the very personal one. We need to do, you just go straight to the point. Now, obviously, I work as a support worker, like I said. So for payment and allowances, we got basic adjustments, which is £116.91. I want to assume that this particular one is my employer's contribution to my statutory pay. And then for the statutory maternity pay, which is SMP, is 693.78 pounds, and we have a total of 810 pounds and 69 pence. Trust me, but be it maternity pay or maternity allowance, they are still going to deduct NI and tax. It just depends. But this time around, they did not deduct national insurance, clearly. Now for deductions, income tax was taken, they didn't take NI, and then advance. This advance was because I was short paid last time, so I called them and requested that I was short paid 30 pounds and they have to pay me. They were like, no, they will pay me the next month. Or like, no, you have to pay me my money. So this 30 pounds I was actually paid last month, but they told me that it's going to reflect in my next pay slip. So, but yeah, the total deductions for I got this month was 29 pounds and 20 pence, and then when the deduction was subtracted from my gross payment of 810 pounds 69 pence, I got a net pay of 781.49. In all honesty, I would say that this pay is not bad at all, because I mean, I'm just at home looking after my kids while my partner goes out there to work, and I'm still earning. So I will say it's not really bad at all. But if you're earning maternity allowance, it will be about 590 something, depending on your national insurance that you've paid. If you overpaid national insurance, then you're definitely going to get probably more. It just depends, really. It's not like feast. Now, it depends on where you're working. The company I work with, they are a bit generous, so they decided to add to the basic statutory maternity pay that I would have earned. In fact, some companies are so generous that they pay you your full salary for the first 3 months or the first 6 months, depending on what's in your contract, and then for the remaining weeks, they pay you the basic statutory maternity pay. But in that circumstance, you will be required to pay back that money if you don't go back to work. But in my case, I don't have to pay back whatever amount I'm earning currently if I choose not to go back to work for any reason at all. So you guys, this is what I earn as my maternity pay, and this is going to last for about 9 months, and then the next 3 months, if I choose to stay at home, will be unpaid, right? But most people just go back to work immediately after the 9 months. Why some choose not to go back to work, it just depends on how you're able to sort childcare. But really, this money, it's not like it's so much, but it's something. Every month something comes in aside my YouTube earnings, so it just makes me feel like I am working even though I am not working. Well, at least you can still save up. I can be able to get some things for myself. I don't feel totally dependent on my spouse even though I am at home. I know there are some countries, like country I come from, Nigeria, I think they just give them 3 months, and that's if you're working with a really good company. If you're working with like a private company, some don't even pay you at all. I think it is really fair, you know. Right, some countries like America, I heard they give them just 1 month or less than that, and most of them have to like go back to work whilst they are breastfeeding and stuff. Now, I also want to pinpoint that you can decide not to go on maternity leave if you want, or you can choose to just go for the first 6 weeks, get 90% of your average weekly earning, and then go back to work and earn. It just depends on you. Someone like me with twins, there's no way I would avoid being on maternity leave. Like, it's not even possible. Like, it's not even possible. Who's going to look after my twins and who's going to look after my older son? So you guys, this is what it is like. And now, if you're coming from the abroad as an agency staff, the first thing you need to do obviously is to notify your employer that you're pregnant. Don't bother about hiding it, like, because you cannot lose your job because you are pregnant. Even though some employers can be really cunning, they won't want to employ you, or they won't want to give you some shifts based on some other reason. But if at any point you notice that it is because of your pregnancy that they are denying you of shifts, or not, or refusing to give you a job at all, then you can sue them. Trust me, and you're going to cash out. So in my subsequent videos, I'm not sure when that video will come up, I'm going to give you a broader knowledge of maternity allowance and statutory maternity pay, how to know if you're qualified for it, how to apply for it, and you know, every single thing you need to know about it. This video is just for you guys to have an idea of how you're most likely going to earn if you're working as a care assistant or a support worker and you choose to go on maternity leave, you guys. So thank you so much, guys, for watching this video. Please smash the like button, click the subscribe button and the bell so you get notified when I post new content on this channel. How you guys, my hand is paining me. I've been carrying this big boy. Oh, Papa, see your mouth. Oh gosh, it's so stressful carrying this boy and filming, oh, you guys. Oh my god, but he has been a good boy generally. Papa, you've been so good. You've been so good. You've been so good. All right, you guys, I will see you all in my next one. Bye, guys.